All right, so this is a quick case study on how we generated this brand 267,000 Rand in a single month in July. So as of the time recording this, it's August, so this is the most recent case study that we have of this brand. And I mean, you guys probably have seen or heard of this brand if you're a South African. But just to put it simply, here's a quick run through. So we generated over 267,000 Rand in a single month, and this was the first full month of actually working with them. You can see that campaigns attributed about 208,000 Rand, and obviously flows and automations 60,000. And you can see it's a 55% increase from where they were previously. So this is a breakdown of exactly how we did it, how you guys can do it, and exactly what steps you can take internally to make sure that you can scale without spending more on ads. So if we go over here, you can see that these are the campaigns that we launched, right? So there's a few ways that we do this and a few things that we split test consistently to make sure that these actually perform. So we send out product-focused emails, which are these two, which were ironically our best performing emails in that span of the month. And then we send text-only and educational. So essentially, you can see that this is the best performing. And the reason that it performed so well is because it's simple and to the point. So if we're on mobile, with the first 5 seconds, we know that this is a product for gut, and we can know exactly where to get it. That's in the first 5 seconds of being on my mobile or on my desktop. We want to make sure that they know exactly what the topic is, where to get it, and how to get it. So this, I know it's for my gut, cool. If I don't want to read further, I don't have to. Then we always put additional information in case it makes sense for the audience to read more. We don't want to ostracize anyone by being too brief, but we also don't want to make it too text heavy. And I'll talk a bit about why that is. Then we show an infographic. This is the best thing that you can do, is just to completely understand the product, and then it's all clean and well branded. Then email 2 is where I kind of justify why we do what we do, right? You can see that 23% of the clicks from this campaign came from the top fold of the campaign. So this, where it says save XYZ on your bundle, shop with gratitude today, blah, 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 and then this little icon. So again, within 5 seconds, they know that there's a bundle for sale, and they know how much they're going to save, and they know how to get it. And it's over here. And they see exactly what's in the bundle. Then we talk about what's actually inside. And once we have kind of given them the education, we put another CTA. And the CTA at the end, once we've described everything, gets the most amount of clicks, which is 27%. So that's why having multiple CTAs and appealing to multiple people is important. These people are just fine, so 45 people are just fine getting this information and clicking through. The rest needed more information, and so we gave it to them. Very simple and very, very, very straight to the point. A lot of brands put a lot of emphasis on things that just do not matter. So they will spend a ton of time trying to show different options and pictures for these options and get their emails really busy. It's not worth it, because these only account for about 6 to 15% of the clicks. Even then, it's probably few and far between that will happen. Then when we take a look at the campaign type, you'll notice that, yes, we do visual campaigns a lot, but the other thing that is absolutely killing it is our next best performing campaign is a text only from the founder. It's super simple. It literally looks like a personalized email, and we make sure we change the sender and we send it from the founder. And this is saying, hey, just personally wanted to reach out to you about what I have been taking, what my routine looks like, XYZ. That performs incredibly well because it's almost like you're acting as your own testimonial or case study. And that is so important. Simplify what they need to take and how to take it. That's the best thing that you can do for your audience. Then it comes down to the flows. This is slowly upticking in more and more revenue month over month and week over week. There's a very simple reason for that. The flows is what you can rely on when you don't want to think about campaigns, and this will always be evergreen, regardless of what you have going on. Especially if you're running ads, this is so important. These three especially, these are the most important and highest revenue generating flows that you'll have. Number 1, a welcome flow. Number 2, a checkout flow. And number 3, a product abandonment. So the reason for that is because these are the highest intention flows. When someone searches and finds your brand, they immediately need some nurturing so that they can get converted. That's so important. So here's the full structure if you want to pause the video and see how we've done it. So the full structure is essentially this email flow has about 4 to 5 emails in it. Super simple first email saying, hey, welcome to Vitamin G. Your 10% discounts is here. We wait a day and we send them a follow-up. hey, it's time to start feeling better. Don't forget about your order. This is where we add additional information. The first email we keep simple, short, and to the point, and you can see how strong the open rates are here. Then later on, what we do is, again, we just give them free recipes, free this, giving them some value, kind of nurturing them through the process. Then we want to show them case studies and testimonials. Incredibly powerful, especially if you're a supplement brand. And then lastly, we send a text-only message from the founder, again, just to nurture them a little bit further. So this is the structure and the cadence of emails in this flow that I would highly, highly recommend. And keep in mind what filters we have in place as well. Then comes the checkout abandonment. The checkout abandonment is incredibly important. This is the highest intention flow. And the reason for that is because people have gone all the way of understanding your product, understanding your pricing, and understanding what you do enough to want to almost put in their information, but they don't. So there's very simple things that we focus on here. We make sure that they're getting an email within 20 minutes. So you can see our first delay is about 18 minutes, and then after about a minute, we'll send them the first email. In that email, we have split tested tons. We send this out as a subject line. It's the best performing with the most amount of opens and the most amount of clicks. It says, hey, your order is ready to ship, and don't leave this hanging. So 50% click rate is insane. So with that, we've been able to generate quite a bit of revenue that is, again, just passive. That's week over week that this is just going to be running without anyone having to send out the emails manually. And all we do is we come back and we do some split tests on timing and delays, and that's it. So aside from that, what we're doing in this one is we just keep it super short. We're showing them exactly what they left behind. We are not showing other products that they could have had a look at. We just want to show them what they took a look at. We want to talk about shipping times, and we want to talk about every other aspect, which is maybe just a pricing or customer reviews. And that's it. Super short email. Then we'll wait a bit, and then we want to make sure that they're getting the second email. The second email is where we show a little bit more detail. We're showing more reviews. We're showing a little bit more about the product that they actually left behind, and we're building out that kind of flow. And then we want to give them a code. We only want to give the code in the third step. And you can see that we didn't even need the code. People are not here for a code. So what we're doing is we're making sure that we're sending a code just in case it was actually a pricing issue. They can come back, they can try the products, and then everything is all good. And then in the last one is where we give a reminder about the code. And that's it. Then we leave them. If they still haven't purchased, we leave them alone. And you can see how well this one does, and it's because it's a little bit more personal. You can see, did you get our last email? Sounds like a personal email. So this is the way that we structured the checkout flow to perform incredibly well. And then when it comes to our sending strategy, very simple. We have some segments that we've built out. So we've obviously built out a VIP segment, and the way that we create this definition is we make it based on the frequency of purchase. So have they purchased more than 4 times separately from us? That is a VIP purchaser. We want to make sure that we are nurturing them as much as possible, because these are the people that are going to increase our AOV, are going to consistently repeat purchase, and are going to buy more often or more frequently. So this is so important. And then aside from that, we also focus on engaged non-buyers. This is something big that I never see brands do, is they create segments based on categories of purchase. So if you're selling supplements, maybe you create a segment based on sleep products versus gummies versus XYZ. Those are actually too narrow. What you should be focusing on and where your money is actually sitting is in this segment over here. The people that are consistently engaging with you but still haven't actually purchased a product. That's low hanging fruit. I cannot reiterate how much you could do with the segment. Then aside from that, we want to show people that have only ever purchased once and never repeat ordered. The reason for that is because these people have obviously proven to be a warm and qualified lead. They've purchased our products. Now it's about turning them into repeat products or repeat purchases. And a main reason why people don't repeat purchase is because there's no post-purchase follow-up or sequence. And that's what we built for this brand. So now, whenever someone places an order, they get a thank you email, then they get a reminder to reorder, they get education about their product that they purchased. They truly get nurtured through the process because it's a supplement, so they need to know how best to use that product. And you can apply that to anything. If you sell shirts, how can I style this shirt? Send out those emails, show what other people are wearing with that outfit, then start upselling and cross-selling jeans to go with it, and vice versa. We're selling gut health products. Then we want to make cross-pollinate and say, hey, another great way to add onto your routine right now is a sleep product. That's what we want to go over. And then obviously, aside from that, people that have actually engaged in the last 30 days, we want to consistently send them engaging emails, keep them in the loop, and build our domain authority. And then there's a few others as well. So those are the main segments. We create quite a few, as you can see there. But all of this combined is why we were able to create a 55% increase to revenue and get to $267,000 in the span of just a month. So if you take a look over here, literally last month. And that's it. You can see from June 30th until July 28th is where we essentially got those results. So hopefully all of that makes sense. And if you are looking to scale your South African brand or your brand in general, we work internationally and we work with South African brands. You're looking to scale with email marketing so that you don't have to spend more on ads. Go down below, book in a call. We choose who we work with. We are not cheap, and we also make sure that we work on a guarantee. So go down below, see if you qualify, and we look forward to seeing you on the other side.